In many of my videos, I talk about total cost of risk, but I realized I never really took the time to record a video or to speak fully and explain what total cost of risk is. So I thought today I should step back a little bit, take some time, explain it to you so that you understand this really important terminology and how it can affect your small business. Now, before I go any further, I want you to take a minute and think, do you know how much risk really costs your small business? And if you're thinking only insurance premiums, well, that's only one of the many factors that totals your cost of risk. But what I want you to think about is beyond your insurance premiums, how much money are you spending to control risk in your business? And what's really important in today's video, after you're done watching, I think what you're going to better understand is how you can save money, how you can make your company safer, and how you can set up your company for a much better result in the long term. Total cost of risk, when you dive deep into it, and when you look at it from a macro perspective, you're going to realize that what it does is by lowering your total cost of risk, you're going to improve your profitability and your company's bottom line. Now, when we start to talk about total cost of risk, otherwise you'll see it as TCOR, TCOR as a acronym. There's four different factors that we're going to talk about. Number one is what I mentioned before, your insurance premiums. Now, of course, as an insurance agency, we know people focus very heavily on their premiums, but that's only one of the four. The second is going to be your retained losses. So start to think about your deductibles, your self-insured retentions, or your out-of-pocket loss. Maybe you didn't have insurance to cover that particular loss. The third factor is administrative costs. Those are the costs of the time that you spend managing risks, managing safety programs, or putting these types of solutions into place. And then fourth is your indirect costs or your hidden costs, right? Reputational harm, lost productivity, things that may happen that you need to spend money on or time on in the event of a loss to your business. Now, again, as I said it, most business owners, and this is, nothing to feel bad about if this is the case for you too, but most business owners only focus on number one. But there are lots of other costs involved in risk, as I just stated. So at this point of the video, you may be asking yourself, well, why is total cost of risk so overlooked? And you may be even saying, I've never even heard of that. And why is that? I've owned my business for several years. I know I'm a great business owner. Why have I never thought about my total cost of risk? Well, you're not alone, and there's a lot of reasons why. Number one, indirect costs or hidden costs are not so easy to calculate. Your insurance premium bill, it's easy. You can track that. You get an invoice every month. You pay out the premium, you put it in your QuickBooks or your accounting software, and that's easy to calculate. But when it comes to other costs, such as indirect or hidden costs, not so simple. Reason number two is the whole proactive versus reactive risk management mindset. Most businesses are not proactive in their risk management. Could be a lot of reasons why. Most of the time it's because resources are lacking. A lot of business owners don't have the resources to bring in their own safety people or to build their own safety programs or whatever it may be. So they take a more reactive approach. They don't think about it until it's too late or until something bad happens to the business. And the third reason is just a simple lack of awareness. You've never been explained it before. You don't have insurance professionals or risk management professionals that team up with you to talk about these types of things. So you just lack awareness, and that's totally an acceptable reason. Lots of small businesses, again, don't have the resources to think about these things or to put these things in play. So they're just simply not aware of it. Also, consider this. Let's say you own a business and one of your employees gets hurt. Well, the medical bills for that loss may be $10,000, something that's easily trackable, right? But how about lost time at the work? Or how about the time it took you to find a replacement, to train that replacement, to help pay others to train that replacement, recruiting costs, whatever it may be? Those are things you don't think about. So again, it might be $10,000 in direct loss, but $50,000 total cost of risk for that particular situation. So now I'm going to give you some tips about how you can start to track your total cost of risk. Okay. Number one is pretty simple. Add up the costs. Add up your insurance premiums. Track those. Track your administrative costs. Track your direct loss costs, deductibles, self-insured retentions that you paid out. And then finally, find some sort of formula that you can track your hidden costs. You might be able to apply a certain amount of loss for every one employee that you have to replace or retrain or whatever it may be. Start there. Start with those types of calculations. Step two is now you're going to identify high cost trends that are costing you money, right? Are you seeing repetitive claims that you're paying out deductibles on? Are you seeing certain employees causing these claims? Do you have cyber risk that's impacting your business from downtimes? All those types of things. Start to look at trends. Okay. And if you're seeing trends, there's probably a good reason for them, and you can attack those and find a way to stop those from happening. And then the third step is going to be to implement cost-saving strategies. Now, these are the strategies that are going to improve your bottom line. Maybe not initially, maybe not right away, because you may have some spending to do to get these strategies in place. But long term, if you can start to find ways to minimize some of these losses, you're going to save in the long term, especially just based on the building a stronger foundation for your company. Now, here's how you can do that. Number one, invest in safety and risk management. A lot less expensive than paying claims. Number two, 2, optimize your insurance structure. Is there waste somewhere? Okay, are there areas where you can add insurance to cover some of your potential risk? Okay, now again, I say this a lot in my videos, but reading your insurance policy, that all plays into this. Understanding how your insurance coverages apply to cover you and don't cover you is going to help you close the gaps in other areas. The whole holistic approach, understanding where you might have gaps in coverage, which again, insurance policies don't cover everything, but knowing what they don't cover is really important. Maximizing your insurance structure is an important step in this whole process. And finally, working with a risk management expert. Now, you may be saying to yourself, comes to all this safety stuff or people that help me with risk management or some one person that I can rely on. You're probably saying, I can't spend money to bring a risk manager into my company. I can't hire someone for loss control. Well, have you looked at 4C Advising? That's our sister company to our insurance agency. I talk about it a lot here on YouTube. You can check us out at 4cadvising.com. But the whole point of that company was to be able to bring these solutions to our clients at scale. We understand small to medium-sized businesses don't have the resources that larger companies have, especially in the case of this video, to optimize their total cost of risk, to lower their total cost of risk, to make them a more stable, better, profitable company. So that's why I discovered 4C Advising, for that exact reason. We can bring you scaled solutions, risk management, compliance, employee care, HR solutions. So check it out. Think about it. It could be a big help. So now you know total cost of risk is more than just your insurance premium. That's only one of the 4 factors that I spoke about today. So now that you understand it more, what types of questions do you have? What type of comments do you have for me? Drop them down below here in my YouTube channel. As I said, I respond to every single one of them. What kind of help do you need? What kind of resources are you lacking that we can help deliver for you? Remember to email us at hello@foagency.com if you have any questions, or you can call us at 858-384-1506. And again, your support means a lot to me and our company. Give me a thumbs up here if you like this video, if you found it helpful. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you know when I release the next video. If you guys need any help with any of these resources or any of these solutions that I spoke about today, we're more than happy to provide that to you, both from the insurance side and the risk management and compliance side, to help you reduce your total cost of risk and become a better business. Thanks again for your time, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.